Hi everybody, thanks for joining Create with Dee. Today we're going to make this adorable little bunny punch art that is part of the fry box from Stampin' Up. So let's get started making this cute little Easter treat holder. What we want to do first is run the fry box die through the Big Shot, and you'll get the fry box template made looking like this. Just that easy. How easy to have that template. And then what we want to do is it automatically does the fold lines for us, or the score lines. And so we're just going to go ahead and get that done. I posted this little project on my blog today and it's been very, very popular. So I'm like, I better do a video for this. Now for the fry box, there is a little trick to it, if you want to even call it that, because the fold line or the score line here is a little bit of a swerve, a little curve, and so we don't want to press it as a flat fold. But what I like to do is kind of start in the corner here and just, oops, kind of at a weird angle, but just start to kind of pinch it a little bit. And it might be, I know it's probably hard to see on camera, but it will, with just pinching it lightly, it'll start to fold in the direction that we want it to. So again, just kind of pressing it, and then once it goes, whoops, then you have a little bit of a pinch there. And that's true with if you ever have any dies that have a curve to it. Alrighty. So the next thing is take some strong adhesive. I'm just going to use Tombow liquid glue, and I'm going to get my bead of glue started and go coast to coast on both sides of the flap. There we go. And we'll go ahead and fold that up. Now you could use sticky strip if you wanted to, if you know that you're going to put a lot of maybe heavier things in your treat holder. You'll want to do that. It's going to kind of, again, I guess I'm doing a lot of pinching here, but I'm pinching that, the sides together where that adhesive is. And I'm lining up the bottoms here because it will have an angle to it. And that's it. Done. Fry box. So, we could stop at that if we wanted to, but today's project is we're going to add this little punch art to it. So the punches that we're going to need to make the face and the ears. To make the ears, what we're going to need is the extra large oval punch. Punch 2 out of Whisper White. Next is the large oval punch. And we'll go ahead and punch 2 for the ear liners. And if you want to, you can go ahead and just use the scraps that's left over from when you die cut your fry box. Okay, so those are the ears. For the cheeks, we're going to use a 1-inch circle punch. And again, we're going to need 2 Whisper Whites. For his eyes, 2 Whisper Whites punched out using the 3/4 inch circle punch. And basic black using the 1/2 inch circle punch. And his heart nose, or her heart nose, is punched out of the heart image from the Itty Bitty Accents punch pack. Okay, so let's start putting our little bunny together. I like to go ahead and ink around the edges, so I've got my sponge dauber. And I'm going to use strawberry slush. Oh, and the heart is strawberry slush as well. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the designer paper is. Just real quick, before we get started with sponging. The paper is the Designer Series paper stack from the 2013-15 Designer Series paper stack of the In Colors. So you get all of these pages in the paper stack. And I just choose the baked brown sugar for our bunny today. Any of the bright colors look really cute for that though, so feel free to try mixing up the colors. So I'm going to take my sponge dauber, we'll go back to inking, Now that I've got you all dialed in on the 411 on the paper, and again, we're just gonna lightly ink around the edges. And I do that with, I'm gonna do it on the ears too, the aligners. Just kind of helps to have a little bit of a definition to it, little outline, if you want to say. I kind of like picking up the pink. Do it on his cheeks as well. And see, it goes pretty fast. I'm not speeding up the video or anything. You just put your dauber on like you would a thimble and off you go. Now I don't do it to the eyes. I suppose you could if you would like to. Okay, so I'm just going to keep using Tombow to adhere some of these, I guess, elements together. So little bit of Tombow for the ears, and I like to position it towards the bottom. You could center it if you like, but I like to put it towards the bottom. I have the bottoms meet. And same thing, don't really need a whole lot of Tombow, just enough to get her stuck down. Again, kind of towards the bottom. Okay, that's it for the ears. They're done, hooray. Now for the eyes, what I like to do is I just put one little drop of glue down towards the bottom. Because on my eyes, I always like it when they look a little cross-eyed. I don't know, it just looks cute that way to me for some reason. So again, I'm going to kind of put the circle down towards the bottom. So I'm not centering it, but kind of putting it down towards the bottom. All right, so that's done. Let me go ahead and bring these in. Okay, so now for our cheeks. Oops. What I like to do is to make these 3 little dots on the muzzle or the cheeks. So I'm going to use the smaller line of the Stampin' Right black marker, and I'm going to make a little triangle pattern. And do that with both of the cheeks. So again, I'll have this, maybe I'll angle it a little better. Hopefully I wasn't in your road there. But so again, just make 3 dots. And I'm going to come back and make this one a little bigger. Okay, have that. And so now I'm going to add some little rosy cheeks to him too. And I like to kind of tap off a couple of times because I don't want a really super strong pink, but just a little blush. That's going to be so cute. I'm already looking forward to it. Okay, so we've got all of our components made. Now it's time to start putting our little bunny together. I'm going to go ahead and take the Tombow and line this up so that it's, and as you saw, I put it down towards the bottom there, and I want this to be about halfway, and I've got it angled just a little bit. Same thing with the other. Make sure that I'm putting the adhesive just down towards the bottom because we don't want it to overflow. And I'm going to have the ears touching. There we go. Something like that. Already adorbs. Okay, so now it's time to do the face. I like to go ahead and put the eyes down first. So, again, just using one little drop. And what's nice with doing the liquid glue is it does give you just a little bit of play that you can move it around if you want to before you really press down. So I want, again, the eyes kind of a little bit cross-eyed and centered. There we go. You get the idea. Okay, so for his cheeks, I'm going to put some baker's twine behind it. So I'm going to take our little fuzzy cheeks, or our little cheeks, and flip them upside down. And you can use, office tape. I find that I'm really liking fast fuse these days. And so I want a really sticky tape on the bottom. So I've cut 3 little strips of Whisper White. I think these are, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And I got 3 of them for 3 whiskers. If you want, you can kind of cross them a little bit. So let's see, make sure I got my whiskers going in the right direction here. Okay, so that's that way. Okay, so I want to have my whiskers heading off that way. And I'm going to put one, maybe a little long. The whiskers was actually what took me the longest to do. And it's not because they're hard, it's just because you know how we are. We like them to be perfect. So I've got that little, then when you turn it over, looks like that. Cute, 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 cute. I just want to make sure I do the same, what do I want to say, kind of position on it. Let's see, it's going to go down like that. Okay, so flip that over, and again I'm going to have one be just a little bit longer. And we can come in with our paper snips and trim some of this up if we want to make it even. So again, I'm going to kind of crisscross them. And that fast fuse will really make it stick into place. That one didn't cross super good. There we go. All right, so now we have our little whiskers. I take my paper snips and get rid of some of this excess. So I just kind of trim up a little bit if you want to, if they're sticking out. And so now we're going to puff up the cheeks using Stampin' Dimensionals. Just one on the back side. And again, here's the sample. I want to overlap the eye so that it's going over top of the eyeball. Do the same thing on the other side. So cute. And then with our heart, the heart's going to come and help tie his little face all together. And the heart's going to go upside down, so I'm going to put the tombow just on the top part of the hearts. Either part of it, because the top part of it will go off of the little cheeks, and so we don't need glue on that. There we go. He's all set. Oh my gosh. So then you can just go out and buy some pink little, what is that? There's a little filler paper or whatever, and you've got an adorable little treat to give your loved ones this Easter and spring season. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.